Good day, everybody. Welcome to today's video. This is Jerry from BackCountry Ranching, and in today's video, we're changing it up a little bit. We're going to work on my 2007 Arctic Cat 650H1 that I have not used in a long time. Not since before 2020, and probably haven't changed oil, and probably hate to say it, but at least 3-4 years now. This poor old girl has been sitting in the yard, besides for plowing snow in the wintertime, hasn't been used. I just recently kind of cleaned up the wild boar aftermarket radiator relocation kit, gave it a quick paint job, and the seat was all torn up, and I got that fixed at Trim Pro here in Calgary. It's $180 to get the seat recovered. I did actually list the ATV for sale in Calgary in the local Facebook marketplace and on Kijiji. I listed it for a really good deal considering what people are asking for quads, and you know what, all I got was a bunch of mouth breathers giving low ball offers. I just said, you know what, I'm just going to keep it, fix it up a little bit, use it a little more, maybe try to do some ATV camping next year, who knows, kind of change things up. But let's get started fixing this. After we get the oil changed, I need to start fixing up the fenders. I picked up a new plastic welder that I'm going to use to fix the fenders. We're going to see how that's going to be. She's been kind of hurting, but needs some love. I guess one of the first things I should do is check the air pressure in the tires. Tires do look pretty good, except for the one on the right side rear. So I'll probably give them about 8 pounds of air. So this is the only one back here. As you can see, it looks very flat. Could be flat from sitting, or maybe it has a hole, but it's not even. Not even registering that there's any air in there. It's not good when it's been sitting for so long. There we go. Let's get the seat off. Pull the plastics. That gives us access to everything that we need. Last year, I dumped the coolant, changed it out. I haven't even checked the oil in this in years. I don't even know what the oil condition's even like. Actually, it's not black. That's a good sign. Pull that drain plug out. And where's time gone? This ATV, I've had this thing a long time. Super long time. Since 2007, since it was new. There we go. Drain all that oil out of there and get some fresh stuff. Yeah, that oil filter is gonna be a treat to get out, that's for sure. Yeah, this was one of those things that when I put the snorkels in so many years ago, I realized that this probably wasn't going to end well when it came to changing the oil filter, so this is going to be interesting. Now you can see what I mean. The snorkel kind of wraps itself around. See if I can loosen up that boot. See if I can lift it up enough. It's all hard piping, so I knew this was going to be a problem when I built them. I just haven't changed oil since that happened. So on a positive note, lifting that up, lifting the snorkel up a little bit there, able to get my hand in. And we're gonna piss oil on the ground a little bit, and hopefully there's enough that I can pull this out. Oh yeah, perfect, there we go. That's a Wix filter. This is a genuine Arctic Cat filter. Good thing the sizes are the same. Actually, it wasn't too bad getting that oil filter in. It's way easier than I thought. Now I'm gonna add the oil. I believe the oil capacity is 3.5 quarts. I got this oil that's been sitting in the garage forever. AMSOIL 4-stroke 040. We're gonna add 3 liters just to check it. The Arctic Cat 650H1, the engine oil and transmission share the same oil. If you guys have been watching my channel for a long time, one of the problems, and the problem that I had when I first got this quad, is that the bevel gears were faulty in this machine. So basically, if you got stuck in a mud hole and your wheels start to hop, you're guaranteed that bevel gear was going to break. Mine broke. It wasn't even a year old. Arctic Cat wouldn't give me warranty, saying it was abuse on something that it was determined later on that the bevel gear was weak and faulty. And you can actually get an upgraded bevel gear kit for this. I never bothered doing it because it's a lot of work to take the engine apart. And over the years, I just learned that once I'm stuck, I'm stuck. I'm not going to try to get out. I'm just going to winch out instead of doing the wheel hop and bust the bevel gear. It's one of the biggest fault issues with these machines, if you're looking to buy one used, is the bevel gear. Always ask if it has been updated. Yeah, it's kind of sad actually, but it is what it is. Okay, rest of it's just flowing down the tube. That's 3 liters. What I'm going to do is, once it finishes draining out, I'm going to start it up and get a proper oil reading there, because it shows that it's on the stick, 3 liters, but I need to fill the filter. Straighten out the handlebars now. So start it up. This gas is pretty stale. I'm gonna need to take it out for a real good run. And we're right on full now. First time oil changed in 3 or 4 years. So I got the oil change finished. Now I'm gonna hook up this LED light. A couple years ago it shorted out, and if I want to use it, I just had these 2 wires right here to connect it. So I picked up this waterproof switch off Amazon. It's a handlebar mount, and I was going to mount it like right there, but the bar is too big, so I'm going to have to zip tie it. And then on the ATVC, you got a bunch of wire loom, because I'm going to wire loom the wiring that goes to the battery, so I don't have that issue again. Because with the seat, when it goes on, rubs the wires. And then we're going to off to the plastic welding. I'm pretty excited to try that. Zip ties are your friends. This is kind of something like a butcher would do. When cutting your zip ties, always use flush cuts. A lot of people don't realize this, and they just cut the zip ties and they leave like little tags. Believe it or not, those little tags can be like razor blades, and they will slice your skin. Flush cuts, cut them down flush, you won't have that issue. All right, now I'm going to use these cringy connectors here. I hate these style of connectors, but I'm already set up. I could just splice and solder them, but we're gonna go this route. And grab some electrical tape here. Electrical tape will be your friend. Clean this up a little bit, offer some protection from rubbing. Light switch is wired in. I'm going to share something with you guys that I have learned over the years from owning this ATV. I would always go through a battery about every year and a half. Battery would go flat, have to replace it. ATV batteries are not cheap. They're pretty much just as expensive as an automotive battery. And what I've learned over the years, this one I got from Canadian Tire. It's an AGM battery. And this one's probably about 3 years old, maybe 3.5 years old. What I've learned is that when you're not using the ATV, take the battery out. Don't leave the battery in. Even if it's powered down, whatever, it just seems to kill the battery. And since I have been taking the battery out, the longevity has been way better. So now that this is all taken care of, let's see what we can do with these fenders. I've used some plastic welding over the years, and obviously, as you can tell, hasn't held up worth crap. And Trim Pro did a great job of that seat, because if you guys remember how it looked before, it was all cracked up and looking like butt, but $180, well worth it. Alright, before I get started on the fender repair, we're going to talk about when I was trying to sell my ATV on Kijiji. There really is nothing wrong with this thing. Probably the biggest turnoff was that the seat was all torn up, but you know, need an oil change, seat recovered, hook up the LED light if you want it, little bit of plastic repair, nothing major. Listed it, I don't know what ATVs are going for in your part of the town. I listed it for $29.95, and I would have took like $2,500 cash. I think that's fair for this 2007 Arctic Cat, because anything else in this area, there's no Arctic Cat or anything even close to that price range. But anyways, this is a conversation with some clown, and then his brother tried to inquire about it too for him. Yeah, it's actually pretty funny. So let's get started on that. So we're going to start off with Tim. He tried to trade me his pickup truck, then this stupid bike. Then he goes, consider $2,000. So then I sent him a couple pictures of some quads that he can afford for the price that he's offering. Then he laughs, good luck with the sale. And I said, there's an old turd for you to check out as well. And this wasn't the end of it. I also had this listed on Facebook Marketplace. So he contacts me on Facebook. Then he goes, would you consider $2,400? And I did a background check and I linked it to him. So then I sent him a picture of the same quad, because I had a bunch of them saved, because people who send lowball offers, I send them pictures or links to a quad that they could afford in their price range. And a lot of people just didn't think that was funny. However, I am fucking trolling these guys to the max. And then he goes, realize that has a better suspension than yours, or at least a bit stronger. Then he gets his brother to message me, and I called him out on that. So then he left the chat, and that's the last I heard of him. I'm a very selective seller. I just don't sell to whoever. I do like background checks as much as I could, because you can't trust nobody in today's day and age. If they're scammers or some sort of criminal, you just never know. So let's get started on this. This is a new plastic welder that I picked up off Amazon. We're going to try it. I have another plastic welder. You guys have probably seen it. Comes with a couple different attachments, but what is cool about this one is that we can plastic weld these metal pieces in, and then we're just going to cut them off later. Bought some extra ones because, you know, you just never know. Got some new filler rod. Let's see what kind of magic we can get ourselves into here. It's plugged in. Let's get a bunch of these little squigglies out. And I guess they just go in there. I guess you just hold it. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, it goes like red hot. And now we're going in. That is pretty sweet. Right down there. Wait for it to get red hot. Put it in. Let it sit for a few seconds so it cools down. Pull it out. Man. I don't know if I'd say this is mind-blowing, but it is definitely very cool. Red hot. So that's all in there. Super solid too. So the kit comes with a pair of pliers. And we just go around cutting everything off. So I got a different style plastic welder in this one here. You just set it to whatever plastic you're going to be doing. And I'm doing PP. And I got my filler rod right here. And then once this heats up, I'll just go over and I'll just start melting it in. So I did try sanding this down and realized that those plastic rods that I bought weren't really sticking all that well. I don't think any plastic rods really stick that well. I think it's all just a gimmick. I mean, you could weld plastic like I'm doing right now, but it doesn't actually fuse the two plastics together. You can easily just take one and break it open again if it's just going to be sitting there, unless I'm doing something wrong. I don't know, but I definitely never had any luck. But with those metal staples, she's nice and solid till I hit something now. Alright, I did everything I want to do to the ATV. That plastic welder worked pretty sweet. Got that big piece all patched up with the metal staples. Should be nice and solid till I hit something, then it'll just break again. Seats recovered. Threw some lipstick on the radiator relocation kit so it doesn't look so rusty anymore. It's almost got a brand new life, especially since changing the oil. Take it out for a rip now in back alley. Now that the ATV's fixed up, I'm hoping next weekend I can take it out, and I'm at that time of the stage where my hair's all kind of funny and it's getting cooler, so it's time to start growing it out for the winter time. Let's get the Jeep back inside and get a fire going and have a beer. Days are changing, she's getting dark early now. Just getting a fire going in the backyard. look in the fridge, see what we grab. Let's grab this one right here. Straps for the camera. What do we got here? Albertosaurus Tart Fruit Ale. 5.9% strong beer. Oh, this is a sour. Now we're talking. Alright, it's motherfucking beer time. I got my gimbal sorted out because I was on that camping trip. In one of the last videos, the gimbal would go into a frenzy where it just shake. I got that taken care of. All you have to do is, once you get back into cell phones area and just Google, you just gotta do an auto tune on the gimbal and away you go. The ATV is fixed up. I am so glad for that. I can't wait to take it out. Hopefully in the next couple of videos, be out camping, do some ATV riding. Anyways, cheers, it's motherfucking beer time. That's a sour beer, alright. I don't know if I call it a good sour beer, but it's a sour beer. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. Got to get some fresh and new content coming out because once all these Jeeps are finished, I'm just going to be spending my time in the backcountry, so you guys better be ready. Alright, I'll see you guys later.